How did you create such a...
Wait. Okay, go ahead. You can repeat that.
How did you create such a vivid and well-developed character who speaks so little? We feel like we understand Ruku so well, even if she doesn't speak much.
How did I create such a wonderfully well-developed character such as Ruku, even though she doesn't speak much? We feel like we understand her. That's a lovely question, and it was asked by Liz, I believe. And the best thing I can say is this: if I understand my characters, if I take time enough to make sure that they are well developed, that they're fleshed out, then I hope that if I'm a good enough author, if I'm a good enough writer, that my listeners will also understand who that person is. There's so much that goes into a character. It's not just what they say, it's what they do. And I think what they do, how they appear, you show how the character feels. You don't tell what the character feels, you show it. And I think there are other ways of showing it, but I love that question because it brings up something that I hadn't even thought of before, which is that it is, in fact, extremely hard to convey who a character is without very much dialogue. And I'm so delighted and so moved and so deeply touched that so very many of you have spoken to me and told me how much you love the book. In fact, just last week, I had so many people who love Ruku and said how they absolutely love her, especially people who have somebody with special needs in the family. So that's wonderful and very touching and very important to me. So thank you. The next question.
If you were to be any character from the book, who would you be and why? From Zachary.
Zachary asks, if I were to be any character in the book, who would I be and why? I think getting a bit old, so I think I would like to be Selena Auntie. Yeah, because she's doing something good with her life. I like to think I'm doing something good with my life now, though. So maybe I'd just like to be me. Is that terribly egoistic? Maybe.
What do you think your childhood self would say if they... Oopsie daisy, that's all.
That's all right.
What do you think your childhood self would say if they saw your work?
Okay, and what was the next question?
Which character do you think your childhood self would relate to the most?
Which character do I think my childhood self would relate to the most, and why? I like to think that my childhood self would relate to all the characters. And in a way, my childhood self did, I guess, because all of the characters, as I've said before, are based on real people or were inspired by people that I knew. And so I think all four of the children, so much more than any of the adults, I think all four of the children, I like to think, and I love it when readers tell me, which so many of you have, again, thank you so much, that you think any of those children would have been excellent friends of yours. And of course, depending on the day, maybe I'd pick one more than the other, but I think all of them hopefully are relatable. Thank you. What's the last question?
What do you think your childhood self would say if they saw your work?
What do I think my childhood self would say if they saw my work? I think my childhood self would be very, very happy to see that I had become an author. A published author. I think that's very gratifying. I think that would be wonderful. And it feels like a dream come true. So I did dream when I was little that I would be in a house similar to the one that I'm in now. And so I do dream more things. I do hope for more, but I'm very, very happy as well with where I am today. Thank you again so much for reading The Bridge Home. And I would once again let you know that there's going to be a call to action next week when The Bridge Home is in its last official week for the Global Read Aloud. And I really hope that all of you who are listening and all of you who have been reading the book will actually go out and do something to keep all 4 of those children alive and to make the world a bit of a better place for children like you, all of you. Thank you.